a pretty animated practice today, and I think you told them take care of the puck and get out of the way at one point. How beneficial are practices like this?
I go back to my answer yesterday. When you have time, you can have them. You can't practice that way every day. It just doesn't. It doesn't happen. And the last couple of practices were intense, but there was some direction, some teaching going on. Coach has, team has, players have, 3 different types of practices. There's the intense, hard, heavy one. There's the teaching and managing one, and then there's what we call clean out. And the clean out's not a lot of thinking. It's simple passing. It's getting them prepared to play and really practicing, but trying to get them conserving some of their energy a little bit, making them feel good for the game. Those are the 3 types of practices you have. The first 2 we've had over the last 2 days because of time.
And just how beneficial is it? I noticed Cam was giving some insight on one of the power plays.
Yeah,
Him from his.
exactly. It's. I don't know who it was. It was Joe Pavelski in San Jose, and Nabokov was the goaltender, and he was having trouble on wraps and jams, and getting a lot of them, but not scoring. And he went to Nabby, and Nabby just told him, like, you aren't getting to. If you get to this spot, it changes everything. So the player, the skater, went to the goaltender and asked him what causes problems. We were in a situation there where let's ask Talbs what causes problems for goaltenders. And it isn't always the coaching staff that can teach or bring up situations. Sometimes we ask the players that are actually playing. And Talbs, I think, was very helpful. But they're the guys that wear the pads. They're the ones that have to fight through screens and reads and that type of stuff. Why wouldn't we ask them what causes problems?
Yeah, Todd, along those lines, a lot of work on the power play today. Was one of the focuses just getting more of a net presence? It looked like you had Rasmussen and Finney at the net on the various power plays.
I think we had power play time, but we also worked on penalty kill. So there's kind of the visual is you think we're spending all the time on the power play. We focused on power play today, but we spent a good portion of practice trying to sort a couple things out on the penalty kill as well. Net front on the power play, we've tried a lot of different individuals there, but again, analogy. Why run to the end zone if the quarterback never throws the ball there? It makes no sense. So the quarterback and the receivers have to be on the same page, and we need people to get the puck there if we're going to go there. If it's not going to go there, why stand there? So the pieces all go together, and it's a big challenge for all 5 guys on the power play right now. Everything from face-offs to entries and possession to establishing an attack mentality and then running your plays off of it or whatever we want to do. But it can't start the other way from the other end. It has to go through all those steps.
Has there been a decline here those last 5 or so games of just getting pucks on net on the power play?
Well, we looked at the power play the other night. The attempts and the actual shots on goal were quite high. There's a good volume of them against Chicago, but it's what we did with the shots. Some of them were just fluff shots, and those fluff shots are dangerous if somebody's in the eyes and somebody's prepared to deflect or screen or play off a rebound, but we didn't have them. So volume is one thing. What comes off the volume is what's important, and we lacked in that area.
I think you talked the other day about how the rush offense was in an okay place, but I guess against 2 teams it seemed like they want to play that kind of game, an up and down game. Is there a little incentive to try to really emphasize some of the sustained time in the ozone heavy offense?
Oh, there is, yeah, there is. Usually ozone time dictates 5-on-5, especially. Ozone time dictates the winner. Although the Chicago game was upside down that night, even the chances and stuff like that. But if you lose the special teams game 3-0, it doesn't matter how much time you spend in the ozone.
When you are tweaking or looking at experimenting different lines and pairs, where's the balance of this line's doing well versus the chemistry that could change? How do you navigate that process?
Yeah, one decision, one movement creates. You fix one thing and you may open up a hole somewhere else. but we're willing to take that chance right now because we haven't scored a lot. And we haven't overly experimented with lines this year. They've been pretty consistent, so we've moved a few people around. Sometimes things click, sometimes you get somebody's attention real fast and you get more out of them. And sometimes maybe somebody pouts and takes themselves out of it. There's really no other, those are the three ways you get to react as a player. And I like the first two a lot better than the third one. I'm sorry?